The Broncos tricked Washington, and the treat, a 17-10 victory to snap a 4-game losing streak. Broncos get the job done on Sunday. Hello, and thank you for joining us for the Broncos postgame show. I am Phil Milani, joined in studio by Todd Davis. Todd, that was a crazy ending to that game, but like you said, a win is a win.
A win is a win. No matter how you get it, you get a win in that win column. That's all that matters.
Todd, do we even know how to do a win for this show?
I know it's been a long time. I think I may have done one win. So I'm excited to do another one. It's always so much better when we win. So it's a win.
Yeah, it feels good finally to break that 4-game skid there. Let's show you how the Broncos got this one done. It was a low-scoring game, just 3-3 late in the first half. But then Teddy Bridgewater got on a roll. He finds Albert O, who is back in the lineup, for 19 yards. Very next play, it's Mr. Reliable, Tim Patrick. He's good there for 19 yards. And then the very next play, it's Melvin Gordon, 15-yard touchdown. His 4th touchdown this season. The Broncos are up 10-3 at half, Todd.
Yeah, when you get the defense on their heels like that, when the offense is able to string together three good plays, sometimes it ends in a score, and this one did.
The Broncos celebrated Peyton Manning at halftime. In the third quarter, Washington, though, ties it up. Taylor Heineke finds DeAndre Carter from
the Sacramento State University.
Todd, I know you don't want to see Washington scoring, but you were pumped up for your guy.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't want to see them score. I wanted the Broncos to, take advantage of playing the Washington football team and get a win this week, but always happy to see a fellow Sac State Hornet do good.
A 20-yard touchdown there. His first career receiving touchdown. It was a tied game. In the fourth quarter, 3rd and 2, give it to Melvin Gordon. He does the rest, a 7-yard score there. The Broncos up 17-10. Washington trying to bounce back here, Todd. A big 3rd down. The Broncos playing without Von Miller today. Malik Reed, his 3rd sack of the year. He stepped up big in this one.
Absolutely. And I feel like he stepped up for back-to-back seasons. I remember he had eight sacks last year when he had to come in for Von. And once again, he's coming in again, playing really good football. So hats off to Malik.
The last chance for Washington here, practically a Hail Mary. Justin Simmons, his 2nd interception of the game. His first was a Hail Mary interception before halftime. His 3rd on the year, and that's the game, or so we thought, Todd. Melvin Gordon, you cannot do this, fumbles the ball there.
Yeah, absolutely not. That series in all was just a terrible series for the offense. A fumble on 1st down, an incomplete pass on 2nd down, and another fumble on 3rd down. That was a really bad series. It gave Washington the opportunity to have another chance at tying up the game.
Yeah, you hold your breath, especially when you've lost 4 games in a row. Okay, what else could go wrong here? Last chance now for Washington, and Heineke just throws it out of the end zone. Doesn't really give his guys a chance there, and the Broncos go on to win 17-10. Let's send it out to our A-team, Alexis Perry and Eric Delallo.
Thanks so much, Phil. After a super slow start to the second half, Eric, the Denver Broncos, they were able to capitalize off that Draymond Jones blocked field goal. Melvin Gordon got his 2nd touchdown of the day. What really clicked on that next drive for the Broncos offense?
Well, first, Alex, it's nice to be talking about a win here, huh? But I think Jerry Judy, really the key to that drive. 18-yard catch there near the left sideline on 3rd and 8. That really got things going. And today, I think offensively was about being able to take advantage of some opportunities when you could, because it wasn't smooth all the time. But on that drive, you saw Judy make a big play. They were able to capitalize.
Overall, this Washington team has really struggled defensively this entire year. So for this Broncos offense, what's still concerning you, given the fact that they weren't able to move the ball as well as we may have thought heading into this game?
Yeah, I think it goes back to what I just mentioned with taking advantage of some opportunities and then not taking advantage of others. And I think there were too many negative plays, whether it was sacks, penalties. You get one big play and it feel like you're moving, and then all of a sudden you're moving backwards. I think they got down to the Washington 30 early in the game. Next thing you know, it's 3rd and 29. You're back out of field goal range. They've got to figure out a way to stop that, but luckily they were able to get 2 drives here that were good enough for touchdowns. I think 138 total yards on those drives. The rest of the drives, the other 6, 135 yards. So they got to figure it out, but just enough to get it done.
Defensively, of course, the Broncos, they've been really tough on themselves the past few weeks. They definitely want to get that monkey off their back tonight. What impressed you most about how they were able to do that?
Well, the end of the game in particular, 2 drives there where you have to have a stop. They do it first. Malik Reed has a strip sack, and then Justin Simmons gets a big interception. How about Justin Simmons? I mean, we've been talking all year about how he needs to play to his potential, finally does it today. And then on that last drive, after kind of a weird fumble, a weird ending, they were able to force him off the field and hold on to the win. So that's their potential, Alexis. That's what they can be. They did it today.
Justin Simmons, probably the guy with the game ball in the locker room right now. All right, Phil, let's send it back to you.
Thank you very much, guys. Back here in studio with Todd Davis. Todd, just 17 points from this Broncos offense, but it was enough to get the victory.
Yeah, absolutely. They looked a lot better today. They had some key components come back in Jerry Judy and Albert O. The offense is so much more explosive and dynamic when they're on the field, so it was great to have them back.
Jerry Judy, 4 catches, 39 yards, but they were some clutch catches.
Absolutely. They came on third downs or when we really needed to move the ball. That's when his catches came into play. So it was great to have him back.
It feels like Jerry Judy, that guy for Teddy Bridgewater, where on third down you need somebody. He's there. Teddy Bridgewater, 19 of 26, 213 yards, a touchdown, but 4 sacks, Todd. The offensive line still kind of shaky in this one.
Yeah, they're still trying to get some things worked out. They were able to put some pressure on Teddy today. I think we still have time in the season to get things squared away. So hopefully we bounce back next week and have a better showing.
Yeah, 17 points for the Broncos offense, but it was enough. Here's Teddy Bridgewater's thoughts on the game.
It's always a great feeling when you win in this league. We always talk about how tough it is to win in this league, and you saw that today. How you think you got the game put away, and boom, sudden change. So just being able to put the games that we lost behind us. I know the guys loved the feeling that we had in the locker room today with Coach giving the speech, Bill getting the game ball, Justin getting the game ball. That's a feeling that guys. They love it, and we try to talk about staying there, experiencing that every week, and we just got to just continue to just fight every week and continue to use today moving forward.
Teddy's day made a lot easier when Melvin Gordon scores 2 touchdowns. He had the late fumble there, but overall, pretty good day from Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, overall, he had a great day. He was able to run the ball very well, was able to find the end zone twice. When you can do that and really establish the running game, everything else opens up for you. Your play action pass opens up, your deep shots downfield open up. So when he's running and trucking, the whole offense looks a lot better.
You hate to see Gordon have that fumble. Hopefully that doesn't leave a bad taste in his mouth for this day, but 3 catches, 2 for 15 yards, and that touchdown on the catch. You like the Broncos getting their running backs the ball more. Javonte Williams had a big day too.
Absolutely. I think they're a great 1-2 punch. They're pretty both dynamic in running the ball and catching it out the backfield. So getting the ball in their hands, along with the other dynamic playmakers that we have on offense, it'll always be good for us.
All right, let's go back out to Empower Field at Mile High outside the Broncos locker room and join up with Cindy Jones.
Here with Melvin Gordon. Melvin, congrats on the win, first off. How important was this win today for the confidence of this team?
It was important. Losing 5 straight. It's just that's not our identity. So we had to fight, crawl, scratch, and get this dub today, but we got it, and we needed it for our morale in the locker room.
You mentioned this isn't your identity, but what is the identity of this team, you think?
Winning all our games. We have the talent to do that. Our record definitely shouldn't be what it is, but it is what it is. So we put ourselves in a hole, and it's our job to climb out of it.
You got your second receiving touchdown in as many games. How important is it for, you and Javonte to be used as receivers in this offense?
We playmakers, so any way we can get the ball in our hand, we know we can be effective, and we know it all boils down to helping the team win and, us doing what we need to do. We both know we're talented, so we just go out there and we make our plays when we're being called on.
You guys struggled, at the beginning of the second half, but then came out, I think it was the second to last drive of the final quarter. What clicked for you guys in that drive, to get your second touchdown of the game?
It's just a mindset, what I'm saying? We had to go get it. We knew that, we don't want to leave the game in the hands of Washington, Let's get on board first. Let's score a touchdown, and let's let our defense take care of it because we got the utmost confidence in those boys.
Anything specific that you think this offense needs to work on moving forward and heading into next weekend when you guys travel to Dallas?
Just making our plays, converting. We got a good Dallas team coming up. They have a great offense, really good defense. They're hot right now. And we in Jerry's world. So we're going to have to bring our best foot forward. We can't come up short on third downs. We have to strain. playing a team like that, we definitely going to have to strain because, they're going to give us everything they got.
All right, Melvin, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Back here in studio with Todd Davis. Todd, let's talk about your side of the ball, the defensive side for the Broncos. Played a more efficient game today.
Absolutely. They definitely looked much better this week than they did last week. You had some guys step up and make big plays. Shelby Harris with another block kick. Some people don't get 2 block kicks in their whole career. He's had them in back-to-back games. Draymond Jones came and showed up and played really well. Justin Simmons with 2 picks. And I feel like the linebackers had a much better day today. Still not at their peak, but they're continuing to get better. And they can only go up from where they were last week. So I'm excited to watch them progress as the season goes on. Young has just came into the lineup, but I think he'll be a great addition to the defense. So I look for them to get better.
Yeah, the Broncos inserted a couple of new guys, Kenny Young, and then also Stephen Weatherly. And Weatherly had a big sack in this game. No Von Miller in this one, but the Broncos were still able to get a decent pass rush.
Yeah, guys on the front end said if Von's not going to play, then I got to step up. And that's what you want to see when a big-time leader and a big-time player like Von Miller goes out. You need some guys to step up. And it was great to see the guys do it.
You mentioned Justin Simmons' big day today, 2 interceptions. The Broncos defense had to get thrown back out there on the field at the very end of the game. What's the mindset like as a defender in that situation, Todd?
That's pretty frustrating because you think there's no way we're going back on the field. And if we do, it got to be for a Hail Mary or a trick play. So when you have to run back out there, you're like, are you kidding me? How did we get out here again? But they find a way to get off the field and win the game. So that's all that matters.
They had to win it twice, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Let's go back out to Empower Field at Mile High. Check in with Matt Boyer.
Outside the Broncos locker room with safety Justin Simmons. Justin, 7 tackles, 2 interceptions, 2 pass breakups. I know there's no such thing as a perfect game, but how complete a game for you personally was that out there?
Yeah, there's I feel like there's a lot of like untold stories behind plays, and I thought our D-line, like our rush, our linebackers, the new guys that plugged in there, I thought they played so well, pressure and things like that kind of forced the quarterback to make some decisions maybe, he wouldn't have made, throughout the game. And so really, any individual success that I had was really just a testament to how well those guys played up front, and I was really proud of them.
Talk to me about the resilience of this defense, because you stop him in the end zone with your interception. You guys go down and celebrate, but then you guys got to go back out onto the field, stop him again towards that north end zone. Tell me about the resilience of this defense, because that was probably as resilient a performance as we've seen from this defense in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, I just remember when we had to go back out there, the first time we stopped him, and even the second time, Shelby got the guys together, and we just kept talking about, like, how great do we want to be? What are we going to do? Are we going to come up with an excuse, or are we going to come up with a way to win the game? And I think guys were really feeling that and the urgency behind that, and really realizing what was at stake. We were playing a pretty good game at that point, but it's all for naught if we can't go out here and get the stop and get the win. And so that's the type of stuff that I'm just really proud of our guys for, just persevering and finding a way to win the football game.
This win, you always like to say, it's only 1-0. We want to go 1-0 each week. Yeah. But how much momentum can a win like this give you for the rest of the season, you being a veteran? What's kind of the message? What kind of a message does this win send?
Yeah, I think it sends a huge message. At some point, you got to get the monkey off your back. 4 straight losses is tough to swallow. Guys can starting to point the finger. There can be a lot of complaining and things like that. But I'm just really proud of our guys and the resiliency that was behind that. Panic isn't the right word, but urgency was definitely, in the building. And, win like this, just like the losses, can start stacking up. And we just got to find a way now to make sure that this momentum for this win carries over into next week.
Last, we'll get you out of here on this one. Talk to me about these last 8 days, because you celebrate the birth of baby Shay, and then you come up with a 2-interception day. What's these last 8 days been like for you?
Yeah, it's been crazy. Not a lot of sleep, but, a little bit more than my wife, so I won't complain too much. And but it's been great, man. It's so much fun coming in to work with, the guys that I get to work with. And, that's why I was just like, so elated, coming into today's game and just finding a way to win the football game, man. It was so much fun to be on that sideline, to make plays, to communicate well, and ultimately to find a way to win the football game. And so, these 8 days have been just pure bliss, nothing but perfect.
Congrats to you and your wife, and congrats on a great game.
Yeah, thank you so much, man.
Thank you very much. Time now to wrap up the postgame show. Todd, this was a big win, 17-10, but more importantly, it snapped a 4-game losing streak. Think things might change around here this week?
For sure. I think it was important to get this win this week. I know Teddy felt like this was a must-win for the team, not only for the morale, but for playoff hopes and the rest of the season they had. I know they run into a tough stretch the next couple of games, so it was important to get this win this week.
A lot of people are going to say, well, the Broncos, they just beat bad teams, like the first 3 weeks, the Giants, Jacksonville, Jets, and then now Washington football team. They're going to have to prove it against a quality opponent at some point, though, right?
Absolutely. And I feel like it's any given Sunday. I think there's no bad teams in the NFL. Everybody has talent, and you better come to play every week because you never know what team can beat you. A team could be undefeated and lose to a team that has no wins, but that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Yep, and they got a big one coming up next week against Dallas. Todd, you're going to be back for that postgame show, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be here.
I don't think any linebackers went down. No more calls, right?
No more calls. I think they got squared away. I think they'll be good.
What'd you tell the Broncos? You said, hey, I can't leave my guy Phil hanging.
Exactly. I said I love the postgame show. I made a commitment to my man Phil. We're going to keep it running.
I appreciate it, Todd. Thank you very much. Broncos get a big victory here, 17-10 over the Washington football team. That's going to do it for us. For Todd Davis, I'm Phil Milani.